Hi friends, thank you so much for being here with me with my brand new YouTube channel. I just wanted to take a minute since this is my very first YouTube video and introduce myself. My name is Lauren. I am the owner of Farmhouse Flare Company. You can read more about how I got started in my bio and on my website, which I will link in the description below. But pretty much I got started with a blog with my passion of home decor. And at first it was something just fun for me to do on the side, but then I started realizing how much I love this. I love home decorating and I loved blogging. And I started getting a lot of compliments how I'm good at both of them. So I transitioned into having my own shop, and I also have my own local markets, which if you live locally, you can read more about that on my website as well. And I thought it would be fun to start my own YouTube channel for this. This has been a goal of mine for about the past year, but I just had too many other things on my plate trying to take care of, like opening my market and everything. So I made this a goal for 2019. Well, 2019 is here and I'm starting the year right and I'm getting this YouTube channel started. So the goal for this channel is for me to share all home decor inspiration with you. So whether that is DIY projects and tutorials or home decorating tips, home tours, or just taking you along to a trip with me to the antique store, you know, really anything goes. I just want to share everything home decor with you guys because this is my passion, and I hope that you guys enjoy this just as much as I do. So for my first video, I thought it would be fun to share with you my Christmas decor for 2018, I guess it would be, before I take it all down for the season. I am going to be transitioning into winter decor here within the next few weeks, so as I slowly start taking things down, I just wanted to show you guys a home tour of how I have everything this year, and maybe it'll give you some inspiration for next year. So I like to make as much as possible, and I like to be as cost effective as possible, so you'll find that a lot in my videos. Not necessarily cheap, but cost effective. So, and I like being hands-on and making things. So you'll find a lot of videos with DIY tutorials as well. So let's get started with this first video. I'm really excited, guys, and I hope you really enjoy this YouTube channel, and thank you again for being here with me. So my style of decor is like that farmhouse cottage style. So I like it to be rustic with a little bit of modern, but I also like it to be very like quaint and cozy. That's just how I like my house. I want it to feel very cozy all the time. So for my Christmas decor, I was going for that comfy, cozy cottage Christmas. Wow, that's a lot of C's. But so I stuck with a lot of neutral tones to keep it warm and give it that cottage feel. Also, I liked adding some fresh greenery throughout my decor to give it that fresh feel. And I also like to use a lot of textures with the throws and blankets. That gives it that cozy vibe, along with candlelight. Candlelight and the ambiance of the lights from the Christmas tree add a lot of warmth, and it really brings that cozy atmosphere all together. So let's first start with the inspiration behind my mantle design. I got the garland, the pine garland, last year from, I believe, Hobby Lobby. If not, it was Michael's. I love that wispy pine. It's just so refreshing and so light, and I love that it has the flocking on it, so it makes it very wintry. You know, you can keep it up all winter, and that's what I plan on doing. Now, The stockings I got from the Christmas tree shops last year, and I just have 2 on either side just to, you know, balance my mantle here. And then in the middle I have strung a jingle bell garland, is what I call it. And I came up with that last year and made it, and it was very affordable and very easy to do. So that was a very easy DIY project. And the light catches the bells perfectly and makes them really sparkle at night. I think this side of my mantle is my absolute favorite because I really didn't plan this out at all. I kind of just threw everything here and it turned out to look really well all together. So normally I have these books in the middle of my mantle all year round, and I put them all catty-cornered and just kind of like laid them there, and I think they look really nice. And I love that I have, you know, black and white books, so it's a nice neutral look, and they match perfectly with my fireplace. Honestly, I just got these books at 2nd and Charles. They have book bins outside of the store that are free. They're free old books. So I just went there one day and I happened to find these, and they're perfect. And then these pine trees that you see here, I made these last year, and these were super easy to make. And they're just little clay pots that you can get. I think they were 99 cents each. I just spray painted them with black chalk paint. I filled the inside with some of the snow, and I just hot glued the base of these trees right to the snow. And they turned out super cute. So I have a few of these, and again, I got all of that at Michael's last year. Now the sign I just made this year, it just kind of went here temporarily because I didn't have a place to put it. I couldn't hang it anywhere, so I just kind of temporarily put it here, and then it ended up staying here all Christmas, and I really like it. I think it adds a really nice touch to this whole mantle display. Now as far as my actual mantle design, everything up here is new this year pretty much. So I got this green Christmas tree. I actually got that last year from Michael's, and I like that it's tall and it adds a nice texture to this. And these trees I just got this year, and I will be selling those in my shop next year because they are super cute. And I have a few more back on my other mantle, which I will get to here shortly. And I got these black candle holders from Hearth and Hand. They were on sale back in the summer. I actually got them for my Halloween decor, and they ended up staying through my Christmas decor too. So it was perfect that they lasted for 2 different seasons, and they look really nice with these black house frames that I found at Target in the dollar spot. So they were a really good find. And then over here on this side, I used some of my milk glass vases just to break up all the black. And I love, love, love milk glass. And I have the rest of them back on my other mantle, which again, I will show you shortly. And last but not least is this side of the mantle. I keep this vase over here on the corner here all year round, and then I just fill it with different florals and greenery with the change of season. So I have this really pretty snowy tree branches, and they really sparkle with the lights all around them, and they add a really nice texture too. And then I also have these set of skis, which I got from Michael's last year. They add a really nice rustic, like cabin lodge feel. And then of course I have these old sewing bobbins, and they're great to use for candle holders. I have a candle in this one over here. I do have these available in my shop, so If you would like to get some of these, I have some available. Again, my shop is linked in the description below. And then I just added a throw on here just for display for you guys. This doesn't stay here, but it just really brings it all together and adds that nice cozy feeling. This gets covered by my Christmas tree, but all year round I have this placed back here on this wall. I have this rustic sign along with this old screen, and I just fill my little olive bucket hanging off of the screen. I just fill it with some sort of greenery or florals with a change of season. So right now I have some pine and pine cones in there. And now on to my Christmas tree. Every year we get a real tree. It's just a tradition that I've had since I was a little kid. My dad always made us get a real tree. It's just a tradition that I've always loved. So I do not get artificial trees. Mine is always real. Plus I love the scent that they give off. I love that fresh pine scent. It's just so Christmassy to me. Like, that's what Christmas is all about, is spending time with one another. So I love having a real tree. So my Christmas tree this year, again, I wanted to keep it very simple and very neutral, but I also wanted it to feel very warm and Christmassy. Sometimes I see Christmas trees that don't feel festive at all, and I don't like that. I always like my Christmas tree to be festive, but again, I wanted it to be unique and different this year, not your traditional Christmas tree decorations. So this year for my Christmas tree, I incorporated some new with some old. My ball ornaments are new this year. I did a mixture of gold along with a white ornament, which looks like milk glass. And I was specifically looking for these because, again, I love milk glass and I love that crisp white look. Not only does it look a little vintage and old-fashioned, it just looks fresh. And I just really wanted the gold because I love gold during Christmas time. But that doesn't mean that I don't like mixing silver and gold together, which is why I put these cute little tin buckets on my tree as ornaments. They just add to that farmhouse feel. I also have these wooden ornaments, which I had from last year. I have them in various different shapes and designs, and they're all white and chippy and aged, and I just love that rustic touch that they add to the tree. Last year, I also made these mason jar lid ornaments. If you would be interested in a DIY tutorial, I will gladly share a tutorial on how I made these. And I really like the red because it's festive and it goes along with this flag garland that I made this year. This year I wanted to make a garland for my tree, which I ended up making two. I made this flag garland along with this crocheted yarn garland that I wrapped around the tree, and I love the look of both. I would be more than willing to do a DIY tutorial again on either of these if anyone would be interested in knowing how I made them. I think the flag garland is probably my favorite thing on my tree this year. It just really adds that festive cottage look to my tree, which is exactly what I was going for. I love the ticking stripe, and it was a very cost-effective project. This year I found these, I don't know if they're supposed to be ornaments, but I found these at Michael's. They were on sale and I thought they would make the prettiest ornaments. They are glass and they have a gold frame, and they say, you know, different festive things for the Christmas season. And they're just really pretty how the glass glows in the light. and how they reflect. And it's just a good reminder, you know, whenever you come over and look at the tree and you see these words, and it just reminds you of the feeling of Christmas and what the Christmas season is all about. And that is it for my Christmas tree. So again, I just kept it very simple, very neutral, but still festive, with little pops of red with my flag garland and the little flannel mason jar lids. So this year, another project I did was I made these little hanging wreaths from these two old window panes that I have, and they turned out beautiful. They are honestly not even wreaths. They are garland that was just wrapped up, and they looked like wreaths in the packaging, and I loved this material, and I loved the color of them, the texture of them, and I love the little pearls and the glitter. So I got these, I just kept them in the shape that they were in, and I just hung them by this really pretty, it's like a burlap ribbon, and that was it. It was super easy. I did it in about 5 minutes on both of these. I made this chalkboard, again, another DIY project. I did a blog post on this, so if you guys were interested in this chalkboard, let me know, and I can link that also in the description. This was a very easy DIY project to make a chalkboard. Right now I don't have anything written on it, but I did have my magnolia wreath hanging off of this before the Christmas season arrived, and I thought it was too summery for the space, so I took that off and I hung this berry garland on the bottom, and it just adds such a nice festive look to this space with the red. I love the berries and the pine cones and the small touch of eucalyptus. This is just a very pretty garland, and it's nice and light and refreshing. It's not too overdone, which I really like about it. So I love the look of this. Again, it was just a simple, festive touch added to this space for the season. At the beginning of the season, I got myself some new throw pillows, and I love these that I got from West Elm. I got them on the clearance rack, and they are super, super cute. I love the different textures and designs on them and how they're a little more modern. And I love the little tassels that are on them. The tassels are really cute. At first, I actually wasn't a fan of them. I was going to take the tassels off because I didn't understand why there was only one tassel. But now that I set them up all together, they look super cute, and I love them. And they're perfect for this couch. You'll see a lot in my home that I love switching out my throw pillows because they add such a big effect to a space. So I get the pillow covers, and I just keep my same pillow inserts. It's so much more cost effective if you like changing out the style of your pillows frequently like I do. I highly recommend doing it that way. And you can get pillow inserts very cheap online, like from IKEA, which is where I got mine from. Unless if you want down pillows, of course, they are going to be a little more expensive. But the nice thing about down pillows is that you can give them this nice fluffy feeling. They're really comfortable, and you can shape them a lot easier than just a cotton-filled insert. I got this red ticking stripe pillow over here from Pottery Barn back around Black Friday, and they are reversible. As you can see over here on this one, on the front it says "Let It Snow." So I really liked that I could use either side in my decor, which is why I got these. So thank you, Pottery Barn, for these cute throw pillows. So like I said, I really wanted to incorporate those cozy vibes using these nice throw pillows along with the throws and blankets. So if you're really going for that cozy, comfy vibe as well, all you have to do is just incorporate a lot of comfy things, guys. It's that easy. It's that simple. So load up on your throw pillows and your blankets. I really thought through the design of this mantle for the holiday season. I wanted to keep it simple, but I also wanted to make a statement with it. So I decided to incorporate my milk glass vases because they add the perfect winter touch since they're that nice crisp white. And I had a bunch of them just sitting back in my spare bedroom waiting for our wedding. And I decided to use them out here in my winter decor, and they worked out perfectly as an eye-catching focal point for this mantle. On either side of the milk glass, I also placed 2 of those potted Christmas trees, which I made last year. I hang this garland every year on this mantle, and it's so pretty and festive with the red berries. And with me laying it behind and weaving it in between things, I think it added a nice layer, and it also creates better ambiance with the lighting. I love how the lights glow from behind the milk glass vases here. I wanted this mantle to be a little more asymmetrical versus my other mantle, which is more symmetrical. So I placed these vintage picture frames on one side, where on the other side I have just that large gold serving platter, and they really go well together. I also incorporated a few more of the bobbins for candlesticks. So just as a recap for this whole living room space, what I did to decorate for the holiday season was decorate my tree, of course, but I kept it very neutral and simple this year. And I just added a little bit of red throughout my whole living room by adding the berry garland along my chalkboard, a few red touches on my Christmas tree, and the 2 throw pillows from Pottery Barn. So as far as my indoor holiday decorating, I really only decorate my living room and my dining room because these are the 2 main areas of the house, and for me there's no need to really decorate our bedrooms or our bathroom. It's honestly a waste of time for me, so I just spend a lot of time making my dining room and my living room look nice throughout the seasons because that is where our company spends their time. So let's go ahead and take a look at the dining room. I kept my tablescape very simple, but I add this garland to my chandelier with these bells, and I add this every year on here. And the garland has these little icicle drops on them, and they look frosted, and it's just a very beautiful piece, and it looks so refreshing, and it's just a nice winter touch. I'll probably take the bells off now that Christmas is over, but I'll keep the garland on the chandelier throughout the winter season. Now for my tablescape, like I said, I honestly just kept it very simple because I knew that we were going to be having a lot of people over for the holidays, and I didn't want my table being taken up by a pretty tablescape. I wanted it to actually be useful. So I just kept my normal placemats, and I just added these 2 beaded Christmas trees. They're very festive and they're perfect for the Christmas season. I usually put this tree by my mantle, but this year it was too much by the mantle. It kind of overdid it, so I placed it here on my table instead, and it creates a perfect centerpiece. And then over on my ironing board table, I just added a few little touches, but most of this stays the same throughout the whole year. On my scale, I just added some natural pine cones that I found in my backyard, and I just sprayed them with a little bit of glitter to add a little bit of sparkle. And I just added this mini garland wrapping throughout the table. On the end, in my milk bottle vase, I had these pine branches that I got from Michael's last year, and they're just sprayed white with a little bit of glitter to add a nice winter effect. And the branches are nice and tall, so they fill that space nicely over on that side of the table. Now in my dining room, I have this table and I just decorate it for the seasons. And for my Christmas decor, honestly, I did not even plan this out. It kind of just stays the same all year, and I just changed little things with this space. And it's okay to do that with certain spaces. You don't always have to change an entire space every single season, because that would just be a pain, right? To do that with every single space. So for this one, I pretty much keep it the same and just add certain things and take away other things with the change of season. Now for Christmas, this was leftover scraps from me making my flag garland on the Christmas tree, and I didn't want to throw the scraps away, so I just strung it from this mirror, and it adds a perfect festive touch to this space. It really ties this whole space together for the Christmas season. Now my scale here, I keep this in the same spot all year round, and I just decorate it in different ways. So for the fall, I incorporated these brown pears, and they looked really nice with my fall decor. And they ended up, again, just staying for my winter decor because they just fit this space very, very well, along with this amber jar. And I just kept the same greenery in my amber jar, and that's how this whole space came together. Over here, I have my wine rack that Cody and I made ourselves. On top of my wine rack, I just added this nice, simple garland. I loved the look of it and how crazy it looks. It's just, it kind of just goes everywhere and it looks really messy, but that's why I loved this garland. And honestly, you could keep something like this out all year long because it's just so neutral. It's the perfect winter touch, and it goes along really well with my stained lanterns that I made. All right, that is it for the inside, folks. Now let's take a look at what's going on the outside. For my front door, I made this hoop wreath last year, and I had them listed in my shop, and this is the one that I made for myself, and they all looked just like this. And if anyone would be interested in purchasing another one, I will have them available again next year during the winter season, or if you just wanted another wreath made in the meantime similar to this, just get in touch with me and let me know, and I do custom orders. I really wanted to keep my front porch very simple this year. I didn't even hang a lot of lights, so I just kept my same welcome sign out here that I have up all year round, and I added my chippy shutter behind it, which I purchased for our wedding, but again, it's just sitting in our garage being useless right now, so I figured I would use it for some decoration. I had these bushels sitting down in our garage, again that Cody had from the fruit farm, and I just went and picked a bunch of fresh pine from down back, and I just filled the baskets, and it adds just a nice wispy fresh winter effect. It keeps it nice and simple, but yet it's really pretty winter decor, and it was really easy to do. It was just a matter of cutting off the branches and filling the basket. I did the same thing with this bushel, it's just a different kind of pine. And same with my farm crate that I have here. I just kind of layered all of the pine to one side and let it loosely fall out of the side over there. And I had these silver jars, and again, they just kind of went here randomly and they ended up staying here. So this year I wanted to make a few pine wreaths, and I only got around to making this one, but I just hung it on the front of my house in between my two windows, and it turned out beautiful. I absolutely love this wreath, and I did do a blog post on this as well if you wanted to read up on it more and find out more details, but pretty much it was just a matter of me trimming some pine, getting some pine clippings, and just shoving them into this grapevine wreath. And it's just very simple but very beautiful for the winter season, and it goes along perfectly with our cedar shutters. Well, that is it, folks. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you really enjoyed my very first YouTube video and my very first home tour. I hope that you gathered a lot of inspiration for the winter season and for next Christmas to come. If you have any questions or any comments, please feel free to share below. Again, I am linking my website and my shop to the description below, so if you would ever want to place an order for anything or just have any questions about my products, please do not hesitate to ask. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe. That would be huge to me. And I promise there is plenty more to come. I'm just getting started. Things will get better. Hopefully the quality of my videos will get better. But please try to be patient with me as I learn and I work through these things. Thank you again so much for being here, and I can't wait till next time. Thank you for visiting Farmhouse Flair today. All right, see you next time, guys.